What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the Intolerable Podcast. This is episode 9, I believe.
You all right?
Yeah. First of all, sorry for the delay on episode 7 because,
We had
I'm
some
not going to name
technical issues.
names, but there were technical issues in the uploading of it.
Yeah, we were gone for a while.
We're back.
Well, I mean, by this time, episode 7 would have come out, and 8.
Yeah. But, it took a bit of time. So I thought I'd just address it.
Yeah, we're recording this just as episode 7 has come out, so.
Yeah. Either of you have any stories or...
I have one thing I want to quickly mention. I know by the time that this podcast goes up, it probably won't be that relevant anymore. But this girl who, like, one of the girls who went to ISIS kind of thing. Do you know? I'm guessing you guys know about this.
Yes, I do.
I am aware.
What's this? Say that again, sorry?
I am unaware. Fill me in.
Okay, so, back in, I'm assuming it was 2014, because they were 14. Well, they're 19 now, so I'm assuming they were 14 and 20. They were in 20. Yeah, so that was the story.
Go on.
Right, I'm assuming in 2014, when they were 14, 3 girls from Britain left to go to join ISIS, basically, and fight for ISIS, which is, pretty mad. And recently, one of the girls has, I don't know how British media picked up on this or how they know about this. Maybe they contacted UK, like, border control. I don't know how, excuse me.
Okay.
But basically said that she wants to come home to deliver her child, have her child over here, and then go back, basically. So she wants to come home to deliver to have her baby born and then go back,
Jesus.
which is controversial in itself. And a lot of people are saying like, should she come home? Should we think about the kid? And my response is, fuck off.
Okay.
If you're gonna go, if you're gonna go and fight for ISIS, and I need to mention, she's not at all repenting. She doesn't really give a shit about her actions. She doesn't regret them. No, she says she has no regrets. It's purely just for her child, and she thinks it has a better chance over here than in some kind of refugee camp over there in Syria or Iraq or wherever.
Right.
And yeah, it's pretty fucked up. A lot of people are just saying, like me, just like, no, fuck off. If you expect to come back here after what you do and have no regrets about it, you shouldn't use our, NHS for that.
Yeah, fair.
Like, I know this is the first time hearing it for you, but I'm pretty sure Dexter agrees with me. I'm not speaking for him, but,
Well, I wouldn't go as far to just say fuck off, but...
No, maybe not.
I don't know, it just doesn't make any sense to me. Like, if you're choosing to go and fight for ISIS, don't expect to be welcomed back with loving arms.
Yeah, I agree.
Apparently, I'm not too well informed on this, but apparently the 2 girls that went over there with her, one of them is missing, and I think one of them is confirmed dead.
Jeez.
Yeah,
Which is mental.
They literally, they don't care about women over there.
Oh, no, of course not.
It is a completely
Crazy
backwards
shit to even
culture.
go over.
Yeah.
I know. And it's like, don't expect to go all this way. I mean, commit yourself to something and then come back and then think you deserve rights back into a country that you left for something that is completely against everything that this country is based on. You know, I'm not too like patriotic myself, but in this case, it's like really.
Yeah, it's a bit fucking extreme.
Yeah. Anyway, that's just
On a
something that's
light-
quite topical. Anyway, what do you say, Sam?
On a lighter note, have you guys seen the trailer for Hype?
Say that one more time. You cut out.
Have you seen the trailer for Hightail?
No.
Uh,
Oh, neither of you.
What is it?
no, I haven't seen it.
It's like basically, so back in the day, the biggest, I think it is still the biggest server, was the Hypixel server.
Right.
That company has made a game, Hightail, which is a block-based game, but it looks fucking sick. And they released a trailer. I think they released it like a couple months ago, but I only watched it like today. And pretty excited. Like the coming of Minecraft Part 2.
Oh,
Give it a watch if you haven't. It looks so sick.
I mean, I might give it a go later.
Yeah.
I mean, if I googled Hightail game, and the only thing that's coming up is like, it just looks like furries.
It's HYALE.
Okay, that looks a lot cooler. That looks a lot, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't Google
But the
Hightail
trailer alone,
spelled
like-
HIGH. It's just a load of like furries.
Yeah, the announcement trailer already like one of the, I think it's like the top 5 most viewed announcement trailers.
Really?
Yeah, and it's like it's got 41 million.
Who did you say is developing it? Sorry.
It's developed by Hypixel Studios, which were the owners of the biggest server.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
So theoretically, their servers game could be really in terms of how they're. But yeah, I think open beta should be soon as well. But they haven't announced anything.
Yeah, like I'm looking forward to some of
Boys?
the games coming. Yeah, sorry. I was just having to think of what games are coming out this year. Like me and Dexter talked previously about. I know you don't really care much for Call of Duty, but apparently the next COD game is going to be it's going to be made by the same people who did like Modern Warfare, like that trilogy. Because I don't know how. Do you understand how the release schedule works with Call of Duty, Sam? I could fill you in quickly if you want.
I don't, but
Okay.
I've never bought a COD game.
Well, I'll give you a quick rundown. Basically,
Basically, it's a 3-year cycle, 3 different developers, and they each develop a game each year.
So it used to be.
Okay.
It used to be Treyarch and Infinity Ward, the 2 different studios. So Treyarch made World at War or the Black Ops games, and Infinity Ward made the Modern Warfare games and like the Ghosts and stuff like that. So basically, every other year, you'd have a different kind of themed game. So like, for example, there was a time where I think Modern Warfare 1 came out, then World at War, then Modern Warfare 2, then Black Ops 1, etc., etc. Now, Sledgehammer has been added into the mix, so basically one extra studio. And this year, the year that's just gone, we had Black Ops 4 by Treyarch again. So this year is going to be one by Infinity Ward, which are the same people who did Modern Warfare games. And they have, according to Dexter, they've announced that it's going to be taking place within the franchise history. And a lot of people are saying, well, they're expecting it to be one of the best COD titles, but at this point, you got to take that with a grain of salt, or a pinch of salt, or whatever the saying is. What else? What else is coming out this year that we can think of? Not just games, but I don't know.
Well, there's tons of shit coming out this year.
We
Only
already
in
mentioned.
February.
We already mentioned films coming out this year. Well, I know that there's probably another Assassin's Creed title. There's probably going to be a fuckload of battle royale games coming out.
Yeah.
FIFA 20.
FIFA 20. Ugh. I didn't buy this year's FIFA.
I didn't buy it either.
Just, yeah, done with it. I've been done with it for a while, to be honest.
I mean, I'm willing to give it a go, but it's just not really worth like 50 quid every year. Like you could argue that for Call of Duty as well. Like at the base, it is the same shooter, but
Yeah.
at least
Well,
they
yeah,
like
pretty
put
much,
some kind of variety on it. There's different stuff every year, different guns, different setting, different characters, blah blah blah. But FIFA is literally just like a couple of aesthetic, visual changes, an updated player roster, maybe an extra game mode if you're fucking lucky. But I don't think that's been any. FIFA 17 was the Journey introduction, wasn't it?
I can't fucking remember.
I believe so, but I don't.
I remember
Does
saying that
anyone
FIFA's
care
gonna
about
pick
the
up.
Journey?
No, I played the Journey on that FIFA. And I think I played a couple of season games worth of the campaign on FIFA 18, but I just didn't really get around to finishing it. Just I don't really watch football that much anyway at the moment. Anyway, just said anyway twice.
Yeah, I don't even care about football, let alone.
So you're gonna find it hard pressed for someone like me or you who for a reason to enjoy the game, if you watch football day in day out, then you're gonna enjoy playing it day in day out, but not if you don't.
Thing is, I love playing football. Not a huge fan of watching, following. But I'll get involved with national, the World Cup.
Oh yeah,
But
everyone
in terms
does
of
that.
clubs, can't bother, but can't even follow it. I enjoy playing it still. But yeah, I don't know. Also, now I've started watching the UFC. It pisses me off even more when people die, because quite regularly I'll be watching people get kicked in the head, and it's meant they're doing it with the intention of not the other person.
Yeah.
Football, the person gets touched by somebody grazing shot, and they'll fucking hold their nose as if it's broken. It pisses. My tolerance for it's gone down. Watching.
I do agree with that. Fair enough. I'm trying to think what else has been in the news recently. The news is really boring anyway. All it is in the UK is just Brexit. And that's just not interesting anymore. It's just I'm not really political at the moment, but it's just I just see that every time on the news it's just oh, what if they fucked up this time?
Yeah, the news, I don't know. I just don't look at it crap.
No.
I'll have a worse day if I look at the news.
Yeah, well, gee. They're not going to put good stuff on there. They never do. The only time there's ever anything good is if there's nothing bad, which is not very often.
Fair point. I mean, it is good to be up to date. With stuff that's a big deal, it's always hard to. You will find out about it. But in terms of checking the news daily to see what's it just don't need.
The thing is through me just scrolling through my Twitter feed, I'll find out everything anyway, so it doesn't even matter. I don't need to watch the news because I can just scroll through my feed and because I don't even have to be following the news, because if someone I'm following likes it, then I'm gonna end up seeing.
Yeah, that's fair.
Well, yeah, I don't really use Twitter either, but like, for
I don't really
example,
post, but
have you heard of do you know who Cadet is?
Oh,
no.
Basically a grime artist, well, kind of a UK rap artist that died recently in a car crash, and it's pretty sad in itself. But I only saw it through Instagram. So by the time that it hit, it was mostly over everyone's news feeds, and it was just everywhere. So that's how I saw that. Didn't check the news or anything,
yeah.
but
It's weird how social media kind of basically shapes, but also like the news that's tailored towards what it
yeah.
is. The one I find weird is ads. Sometimes I will Google something and almost immediately after there's side of pay.
I don't know about you, Dexter, but I think you lagged out a bit then, Sam.
Sam is very laggy at the
Okay.
moment.
For me,
That proved it. You literally just went, "Fuck me."
I believe he was talking about when you type something into Google and then minutes later, like the adverts pop up for what you just typed in.
That's yeah.
So back again.
Jesus. Cool. Anyone got anything else to talk about? We're only 18 minutes deep. 18.
that's my age. I wanna talk about this. Turning 19 is like the worst, but
19
I'm
isn't
so
a
not
very good
excited
age.
for it.
Yeah.
I feel like it's gonna be so insignificant.
I didn't really.
It is.
I feel like the reason you'd celebrate at 9 is if you were like busy away with family. You're 18,
Sure.
and that's about it.
Well, it's just quite an insignificant age. Like 20 is significant.
Yeah, you're at your teens.
Yeah. 18 is significant. I'd say 16 to an extent is also significant. 17, I
like it
guess,
should
because
be
you could
significant.
drive.
Yeah, 16 like feels like it should be significant, but after it happens, you're
Just
like
isn't.
nothing really changed.
16 is the age that we're all in year 11, isn't it?
Yeah, year 11.
So it's a significant year, but it's not exactly a significant age per se. I'd say 17 because of driving and 18 because of pretty much everything. But yeah, no, I do
Yeah.
agree with you. 19 just isn't that interesting. I mean, sure, it's a. I'd consider. I don't know, I'd consider 19 a lot older than an 18-year-old. Some reason though. Do you know what I mean?
Don't. My flatmate Shay is 21 and he could be 18 and I would not know the difference.
Yeah, I guess so.
So
Yeah, 19's shit. Well, in America it's a bit different. More 16 and 21.
Yeah, that's quite
21 is very significant.
They got like sweet 16 and then 21 needs to be.
Because they can't drink until they're 21.
I know, it's weird. Like I got like half a year older than me.
Yeah.
Maybe slightly less. Nah, probably about half. But lives in America. And obviously, like, no, she can't drink. It's not even close. Like, you know what I mean? She's still got like 2 years. Really weird.
Yeah,
Like,
it doesn't make too much sense, really. When you think about all the things you can do at a younger age in comparison to drinking in America.
Nothing matters except fucking drinking.
Well, I mean, personally, I would say it's less dangerous to be allowed to drink at the age of 18 than it is to be allowed a firearm.
Yeah, that's a bit mental. It's just completely different culture though, so.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's just like, come on.
Well, the thing
Like,
is, we all started kind of drinking. Well, I'm speaking for myself, but I'd imagine it was around year 10. Yeah.
Yeah, specifically remember people drinking in year 10.
But do you think that it's the same age over there, or is it like?
Yeah, I was thinking that.
The thing is, right, is when we were in America, the people we were with, like, when they were talking about, like, when they were trying to smuggle drinks to parties and stuff, we were just like, damn, this is like year 10 for us, not now.
I guess they're like they've just got like a 3-year onset. So like where we would start probably drinking at 18 would have actually started like 3 prior. They would have started, sneak drinking at what 3 years.
You don't think they would have started sneak drinking at like the same age as us? Just do it for longer.
I don't think so.
I reckon you're right.
I think like, you know what I mean? At 15, you got those people that just are for some reason hairy as like a middle-aged man.
Yeah.
And they could get away with it sort of shit. But like, I think if you can still tell they're young though. But in America, if it's 21, I don't think any 14, 15-year-olds get.
Yeah. Although someone got served when we went on the New York trip.
Oh, fair enough.
Who?
Ed Anson.
Oh, that makes sense.
That's
he
one
looks
of
older,
a couple of people.
Yeah, he could pop.
Yeah.
This is one thing I wanted to know. I was gonna say like Americans look older than people from the UK, but I haven't really had anything to compare that to. But I just wanted to mention that I swear everyone from anywhere other than Balcarras looked taller than everyone else from Balcarras, from our secondary school.
We had quite a short year,
but I feel like it.
Cause like I'd say I was probably average height, like at Balcarras, but I was short compared to everyone else outside Balcarras. Like we went to parties and I was considered pretty short. Not like directly, I just thought myself pretty short.
We did have quite a short year.
Yeah.
Also, like
not just short, just looking younger.
Yeah, I think in terms of looking younger, it's just because we know what people look like when they were so ahead. They always will.
Yeah.
Like I know people who I always think, oh, they look young. They've gone to uni and are mistakenly older. Really odd, but
Oh yeah.
So I think it's a matter of no people, and I think we were slightly more, like on average, slightly baby faced than other schools.
Yeah. Well, it's like when a couple of people from. It just seemed like when we joined sixth form, the people that were. Well, I'm not going to say that most, because there was a lot of people from Cirencester that were our height. But it's just like there was another onset of a couple of people who were just like looked so much older. Like I still get. Do you still get asked for ID most places?
Yeah. I think that's normal.
Only if there's like a bouncer on the door.
Yeah. Well, it's like I don't shave probably as regularly as you do. But like I'm pretty sure I haven't shaved for a couple of days. And when I went into like, I'm not like using this as like, oh, I look so old. But just for example, last night I expected to get ID'd when I got a couple of drinks from Sainsbury's, but I didn't. Obviously, maybe it's just a random night and a random guy who just couldn't be asked, or just believed I was 19, because I am older.
Yeah,
like,
half the time it's just
like
perceptive.
chance,
what someone thinks Like, just in that second, what does one guy think? But like,
Yeah. And most people probably
can't he
ID
be
you
bothered?
anyway. Yeah.
I think it's more an effort thing. 'Cause you're meant to ID if they look under the age of 25.
Yeah, which is like they don't do that. They just don't.
Well, one time I've been to the co-op and someone who was working there that I know knows I was 18, but I think like their boss just asked to double check my ID anyway.
Yeah.
And it's just like, yeah, fair enough. Like, it's not so much of an insult thing anymore because now everyone's 18 and it doesn't really matter unless I'm the only one getting ID'd. But like, I don't know.
I'll tell you what was funny. When Deadpool 2 came out, I think it's a 15 or something. Olivia and I went to see it, and she got ID.
He is big.
Yeah, but I was also kind of like, why would I be going to see this with someone who's younger than 15? Come on, man.
Yeah. Well, that'd
Fair
be
point.
weird enough, yeah.
Some people be creeping.
Oh, fucking hell.
Yeah.
So, boys, next topic: pedophilia.
Fucking hell. Jesus. That's a hell of a segue.
Any of you boys had any experience with it?
No.
Not really. Not that I could think of.
There was a one time in Fever where we had those like middle-aged-ish people come over.
I don't think they were that old.
Nah, I'd go.
I'd go
30.
30. I'd say like
I
late
was gonna
20s.
go, like 30. I was gonna go 30 flat.
I was gonna say like mid to late 20s. Obviously, we were
Oh yeah, we were
munted
hammered.
and like inside a club that is, clubs aren't exactly famous for the brightness and able to tell exactly what's going on inside. But
Yeah.
it's just the
They
first
had
thing
a-
they said to me. It's just like, are you sure you're old enough to be in here? And I was like, rah. I was like, what do you mean? I was like, I got ID'd at the door. I think this was in summer, so I'd been 18 for a while, and obviously most people were 18 by then. But then,
Yeah.
I was just like, yeah, obviously we got ID at the door, and then I was like, what, do you want to see my ID or something? And then when they realised we were, like, old enough, I think they started to kind of, like, dance around us, and I was just, well...
Nah, they made a fucking move, right?
Did they?
Right, one of them was very good looking, right?
Hmm.
I'm not sure if you're aware of this. That one, because you might have just been dancing, but that one came over and asked me and someone else, like, "Oh, can I dance with you guys?" Da, da, da. Kind of like move their way in, sort of thing. And with welcoming arms, we'll,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Well, it
Started
was only just
dancing.
us, wasn't it? I know it wasn't just us two, but it was obviously, like, there was probably about four
Our
of us.
group.
Was it? There wasn't any other
there's,
girls,
like,
so we were
5.
just like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, there's 5 or 6. But then, yeah, she came over. And we were just like, cool, come along, whatever. And then she just,
You lagged out.
like the come over hand gesture.
Yeah.
So once she kind of like weaved her way in,
Mm-hmm.
she did that, and I was like, who the fuck she did that to? Then all our friends came over, and we were just kind of like, ah, shit. Like, it wasn't a good situation anymore.
Oh.
And then I had, well, I'm gonna go 30. And personally, I did not find her attractive. That's how
Do
I'm
you
gonna
think
put
that
it.
it was the same way for you? Do you think she felt the same?
Bro, yeah, you know, let me finish my story here,
Sorry,
right?
bro.
There was this one woman. I personally did not find her attractive.
Love how you saying the
She
woman
gra-
and not girl.
They were old enough. They're women.
Yeah. Okay.
And then she grabs my neck and starts just latching herself onto it, and I literally spat out of it.
Fuck. Oh, I remember now. I remember,
Yeah.
like, all I remember
There we
is you, like, spinning out and looking me dead in the eyes. No, well, looking me dead in the eyes for a bit, looking up and just going, "Roar," like that kind of face. And I was like, ah.
Yeah, I was
Like that
okay
kind of
with it.
face when you make, you're just like, damn, but not a good damn. Like, oh shit.
After I spat out, she kind of like, I mean, it kind of made her turn to the right, and then she was just facing another friend of ours, and she then continued to try to do the same to them, and I just, I think we dipped after that. We kind of.
I, for some reason, I remember you mentioning something like they were probably trying to get onto us or whatever. So
They had a full plan. It was.
It was insult me, weave our way in, go for it.
No, it was use the hot one to weave their way in.
Oh, was
us,
I
and
now?
then-
Oh yeah.
Wait, what?
It's not on about you.
Oh, I thought you said.
fuck
I thought you said you were the hot one. Ah.
No, I said they used their hot friend
Oh.
to kind of
Shit.
weave their way in, and then so fuck you on.
Well, I
Yeah, they
guess
had a full
you could,
plan,
you
though.
could say
Fair
that
play to them. I'm
we
sure it's
we
worked.
used our hot friend to let them weave. Anyway, someone get a topic. Someone get a topic. Someone get a topic. Someone get a
I
topic.
find it weird that they have a plan though. Like that was very clearly a planned thing for them to do.
Yeah.
It was kind of weird.
Well, after they realised that we were old enough, yeah, sure. I don't think the insulting was in the plan.
Yeah.
Maybe it
It's
was.
not that insulting. I don't mind. Like,
No,
I'd rather be
it
called
was just
babyface now.
it was just the way they said it. Like, are you sure you're old enough to be in here? And I'm just like, what? Well,
Will just spins around with a left hook.
blood clot. Of course, I'm old enough to be in here. What do you mean? Don't come disrespect me like that. Oh,
The term anything with clot at the end.
yeah.
So stupid. I love
Bop
it.
bop.
Like, it's the best to use ironic.
Yeah.
Like, just thinking clot on the end that really doesn't need it.
Ross clot. Just funny, man. This is gonna be so cringe because we just seem like such like typical token white boys.
I just find it funny though.
Yeah, it's funny. It's not like we say it and we're like, oh, this is
Giving
cool.
clot.
We don't say it like in our general speech and
No,
be like,
I
oh yeah,
never
that's
say
really
it.
cool.
I'm
I only
pretty
say it
sure.
as a joke. Yeah, no, it's hilarious.
How did it even become a thing? Dick and clot at the end of certain.
I don't know. Probably been a thing
Not
for a while.
a clue.
For ages, I thought they said blood clot, but with an
I thought that as well. Blood clot.
Fucking retards.
What if you hear in a song you like blood clot sticking on him? It's just like it's just like, oh, maybe you're just gonna stick someone's. How would you stick a clot on someone?
I don't know. Just boost their.
Oh, dearie me.
But then I heard pussy. Then I was
Pussy
like, okay.
clot.
I was like, this isn't clot. This is not. They're
Clot.
not clot.
Man's gonna chief your clot. Just like saying that, it's just like so fucking annoying. But you know that there's some kids out there that actually say it in like, oh. And I'm not talking about people who use it like normally. I'm talking about white kids who just go around saying it like just, oh. Right, I have a topic.
Go for it.
Chat
Oh,
up.
yeah.
We're gonna go through. Each of us give a chat up line. It can be good or bad. Just let's see what happens.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll go
I don't
first.
have-
One of us has to do a reply to it. So either me or Sam can reply to Will's, and then seeing as you posed it, Will, you can reply to Sam and
Okay.
I's.
My first one is.
I've got a great one lined up.
I hear you're looking for a stud. Well, I've got the STD, and all I need is you.
That's not good, bro.
That is awful.
It's funny. Oh, what's your response to that?
Slap to the face.
Pussy clout, get out of here, your bub. Oh,
Yeah, that's awful. That is. You're not. No.
Alright,
I don't think.
Anyone else have any good ones?
Yeah, I've got a good one.
Hit me.
Go on.
Oh, hang on. Give me a little bit
Woo
of
us.
preparation.
Wait, should one of us pretend to be a woman?
If you really want to.
Okay.
Will, do you want to do? Okay.
Oh, wow.
Hell.
Hi. Hey there. No.
What is it?
Hello there.
General Kenobi.
Oh yes, I've nailed it.
Yeah, so some white girl would just go from like, oh yeah, to General Kenobi.
Kenobi.
Oh, you're in.
Do you think that's ever worked? Do you think anyone has successfully used hello there?
Well, it depends. I don't know. Do you reckon?
What do you mean it
Not
depends?
like. Well, someone's probably said, "Oh, hello there,"
You're
but
either
not
in or
like
you're out.
not like gone into it and said, "Hello there."
Like
and-
they've
and
come
then-
from behind. They've jumped in front of them
Yes.
and then said hello there.
Hello there, and then their bodyguards
nailed it.
just fucking stab
Throw 'em
you
out.
or try.
Yeah. Sam, you got one to rival hello there? Or Will's one about STDs?
No. The only one I could think of, don't think it would work. Is do you want to see a world record? And then just show them the world's smallest penis.
That's
I
not
think
even a
that could
chat
work.
line. That's
Wow.
just blatant. You're just flashing them.
Yeah, but
It's not a chat line.
if they say yes to the world record, then they have consented by accident.
You'll get 2 world records. Quickest fucking incrimination. Just get arrested straight away. And then you'd be picking up something else. You'd be picking up the soap, mate.
Ooh.
Oh.
I have a topic.
Hit us.
Go.
How's Tinder, Will?
Fuck. Mission failed. We'll get him next time. Yeah, it's not bad.
Is this why you brought up chat line? You want me to
No.
Right.
You need some help.
No,
Yeah.
I don't use chat lines. I can't. Like personally, I can't put myself.
I've
I
got
like-
a good one for you, actually, Will.
Oh, fine.
You can just put this to someone, alright? You make me wish I wasn't gay.
What? We're really going back to the year 9 gay jokes.
Oh, yeah.
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
What lack of faith?
In me being straight.
What?
Don't worry. Anyway, yeah, but I can't I don't have the not confidence, but I just like I'm not the kind of guy to say something like that in real life. So why the fuck would I say it on
Well, that's why I
on a
don't have any
message?
chat. I'd never say one. Ever.
Yeah.
I kind of talk on text pretty much how I talk usually.
Yeah, that's what you wanted.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm usually a lot less like it's hard to fuck up a text because once you say something, you said it. Whereas if you send a text, you can go back and be like, Although I still make a lot of fuck ups.
Well, thing is, can't type how you talk because
Yeah.
otherwise, just all the spelling would be off.
Yeah.
Just
There's no cadence to it at
No.
all. So.
Oh, see, I could try and be fluent and stuff on Messenger, but it really doesn't suit me.
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, Tinder's weird because it's like well, not everyone has it, but so many people have.
Well, yeah, the only reason I kind of got it is, well, I did the thing where I didn't fully use the excuse. I was curious. I somehow messed up my saying of curious then. I didn't. Okay. My mate got Tinder as a joke with his mate, and he said, "Oh, who can get how many likes at first in the first like hour or first week or whatever." And then I got it to kind of like just see. I wasn't really into it at all. But then I saw how like easy and how not like at first I was kind of a bit nervous, just like, oh, this is really weird. You're explicitly looking for like someone to talk to in that way. But now I'm just like, oh, I'm just completely numbed by it. Like you're just talking to someone who you probably won't ever meet unless it goes really well.
Yeah.
It's literally just like Instagram, and if you ever get a match, then it's like, oh, cool, you can talk.
Yeah.
And
It's weird.
yeah.
You know, you kind of got to like stand out, but you don't want.
You don't want to look like you're trying to stand out.
Yeah. Weird.
Pretty much.
I just feel like I'd end up sending people memes.
I would 100% send them memes.
Like, I think that's the only thing that I ever do on my phone. So it's like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna stray off.
Mm-hmm.
Saw a meme earlier where a guy
That
like
is my
threw up
phone.
in the toilet.
Right.
Have either of you seen this?
No.
And his girlfriend's like, "Oh my god, are you okay?" And then it's just a picture of the film Up. Like, in the
Oh
living
yeah.
room. It's just like,
Classic.
I just feel like that sort of shit, like awful puns and memes. All stand up.
Yeah, man. Yeah, but yeah, it's not too bad. It's just like it's fun every now and then, and I kind of forget about it from sometimes. But I know every now and then I get a match, and I'm just like, oh, whatever, I'll have a bit of a convo. Most of them don't really lead anywhere because obviously, for guys, you've got to stand out, and I can't be asked to really stand out unless they just have a conversation with me. But I'll have a conversation with something interesting if I can.
Fair enough.
But like,
How did it? Did you carry on talking to the BDSM girl? Wait,
What?
That sounds weird. There was a girl Will matched with who had her BDSM test results as one of her pictures, right?
yeah. No, I didn't. We had like one conversation on Tinder, one conversation on Snapchat, and then just didn't really message her back. I just wasn't really.
You got a snap.
Oh.
Oh, I just can't be asked. It's just ugh. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you got it yourself, like if you start putting 100% effort into every single person you match with, like,
just be tired.
yeah.
I think you'd burn yourself out.
It's and the most annoying thing is when someone has a bio like that's either empty or just completely not uninteresting, but something you can't really use. Like most of the things I pop up with is usually just like, oh hey, how you doing, and then either talk about something she mentioned in her bio or outright just like say ask her a question about her bio or something like that. Like for example, one of them was what was it? Like something about our dogs. Like, oh, I just said, oh, I really like your dog. I've got some dogs myself. Maybe they get on, maybe not. I don't know. Just something along them lines.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Yeah, I'd give it a go if you're ever curious about it. Like, only it's not like anything serious can come out if you really don't want to. You can kind of just mess around, I guess.
I've just remembered. Sorry, this is off topic. I just remembered there was something I wanted to bring up that I completely forgot about until just now. After episode 7, which is just that come out, in which we talk about ASMR.
Yep.
Yeah.
I've tried it within the past 2-3 nights.
No.
Yeah, it's found a cute Asian lady who whispers in my ear.
What's her name? What's her name? Because I probably know who it is.
I don't know. Thing is, I don't like her whispering. I don't like most of it, to be honest. All it kind of does. Thing is, it doesn't cringe me out anymore. Kind of got used to it. Like, if you're in the right mood, I can see it's not cringy.
Once you get past it, it's kind of a lot easier to enjoy it once you don't find it cringy. Like, at the first, I found it so cringy, but now I'm kind of used to it. So
Yeah. First, like, I pushed through the first few minutes, and I was like, okay. Also, she doesn't do a lot with what she like. Kind of make occasional noise, but like there was one thing I did like, which was she'll occasionally get like a brush
brush the
and like
microphone.
brush the mic with it.
Yeah, that's
quite a nice noise.
Yeah.
But
Well,
bar that, it was kind of just annoying. Like it didn't relax me. It was just me listening. To sound.
I don't really have like a kind of not a pop filter, but you know, like on Yetis you can. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like something like that can go over a mic instead of just like a filter.
A windshield.
Sure. Yeah. Or a what they called on cameras, the proper fuzzy ones. It's like is it a cat? Something cat? Microphone.
I know what you mean.
I think it's called a dead cat.
Okay, it makes sense. It does look like it's dead.
Yeah, it's like something of those that go over mics. Yeah, like just brushing them with like a makeup brush. That's quite a nice noise. Obviously, like I said, like I'm kind of happy that I proved you right because I said that everyone's got the like. I'd find it difficult to think of anything.
I don't find it relaxing though. I just like the noise, but like because I tried listening to it when I went to bed. Yeah. It didn't help me go to sleep at all. If anything, it kept me up. Having noise.
Okay.
But like
you just like the sound of it.
Okay, that's a decent noise.
You weren't like disgusted or cringed out by it.
Nah, it is just quite like warm sound.
Yeah.
But bar that, and that she did it for like 10 seconds, and then she starts going in my ear again, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have to just.
See, that's why the thing you can do ASMR so wrong, but you could also do it right if.
She seems quite good. Her videos are very consistently the same. The ones I do find cringy though are role playing. Like there was one where it's like her tucking me into bed. I hated that shit.
Is it?
Couldn't do that one.
No, I don't know. I was gonna guess, but no, I can't be asked. It's
an Asian lady with a very soft voice. And
is it role play Asian friend helps you fall asleep?
No, she's called ASMR Space something. Oh, maybe
Space what?
See if I can find it. See if I can find it. But yeah, it was. I gave it a go. I was like, you know what? I'll give it a go. I'll get out of my.
I respect that. It's a very weird, like. I'd say
not gonna go back to it.
No.
But I get it more.
Okay.
I think if you're a lonely person who likes the thought of having someone in the room.
Well, that's what a lot of people. That's what a lot of that's what a lot of different people use it for. Some people just like listen to it for relaxation. Some people it helps fall to sleep. Some people are like, you know, help it for anxiety or depression and stuff like that. You better not be laughing about me.
No. So she's. I didn't realize her name.
What is it?
Right. See, I feel bad because I specified that she's Asian and her name is very like.
What is it? It's Asian ASMR.
It's Ting Ting ASMR.
Ting Ting.
But she, it wasn't so bad.
I can't say I've listened to her before.
Seemed decent.
Before?
Very consistently the same. Her intro is the exact same every time. She'll go hello in like one ear. And then be like, I'll come back in the other ear. It's kind of odd.
Wow.
Fair enough. But yeah, like I'm happy that you've gave it a go. I didn't expect you to like it.
Yeah.
But like, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I'm saying a lot of different people.
I don't think I'm gonna return.
Yeah. But yeah. Like, I was going to mention that it's a bit like kind of Rule 34 kind of thing. Like, if it exists, there's ASMR. If it, I wouldn't be surprised if that's a rule.
Yeah.
There's a lot of ASMR kind of role plays. Does anyone else have any topics before we close off the podcast? We've been doing this for about 50 minutes now, so.
There's another point on the ASMR thing. Sorry, I forgot the name of what it's called. Some people have. I think it's tinnitus. Or there's something where you can never hear silent. There's always a noise.
Yeah.
Ringing.
It sounds like a ringing.
Like, have you seen Baby Driver? Never mind.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, tinnitus.
That's a great film.
Yeah, banging
so
film.
good. But for people that have that, I can see how ASMR is great.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Like, because I think I'd rather. One thing I will say is I think it would be easier to fall asleep to ASMR than it would music. Because it has a pace to it, I often find like my breathing always matches it, or like something
Yeah.
along those lines.
Well, the thing is, for me,
And-
I'm one of those people who just happens to like if I know the lyrics, I'm gonna sing along or want to sing along or thinking about it in my head,
Same.
and
If I ever
I'll
listen-
always beat along to the lyrics or whatever. Tap my foot if I
Yeah.
can.
I always find if I am listening to music going to bed, it has to be something I don't know.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I won't sleep. Like I something new.
I just can't really listen to music without interacting with it somehow.
Yeah, that's fair.
Would you also?
Yeah.
I wouldn't count Bob Ross as ASMR, but a lot of people listen to him and like get relaxed by
I
it.
get that. Yeah.
I mean,
I've never actually watched more
no,
than a few minutes of Bob.
but a lot of people do listen to Bob Ross for ASMR.
Well, for those like purposes of relaxing.
Yeah. Like
I
he's
know
got a
he's
very
quite-
relaxing voice.
I know it's quite common. I don't know. I think it's just a few people that do it. But when they're hungover, they'll just watch Bob Ross,
Fair enough.
like their recovery.
Jeez.
Oh.
All right.
He's a
Get it.
calming man.
Fair.
Just paint some happy little trees.
Yeah.
I've never watched Bob Ross, and I'm at an art college. I feel like a disappointment. I feel like an out.
Poor little
How long is a Bob
sneaky
Ross like episode?
It's quite long.
Depends how long it takes him to paint the painting.
Oh. But is there like a usual like?
They're quite long. They're like an hour and a bit or
45
something.
to 1 hour. Well, yeah, it's a fuck off massive painting, so.
Let's just whack off that paintbrush real quick.
Oh, is that the like what it? Yeah.
That's
Have
the
you
only
seen the
thing.
video
That's
where
the
they-
loudest thing in the video.
Yeah.
Have you seen the video where the guy's trying to follow the tutorial without watching it?
Alright.
Yeah.
And then he just suddenly hears Bob Ross just make that noise, and he just goes, "What the fuck was that?" Just loses his shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, never watched Bob Ross. I might do.
Give it a watch.
I'm not gonna piss a lot of people off saying this, but it just seemed really boring.
What do you mean? What, Bob Ross as a whole, or?
Or just watching someone paint, literally talk about what.
Well, yeah,
they
well,
can
the whole
see
thing-
in their
It's
painting.
it's
the
the way he
relaxation.
talks about it
He's such a wholesome guy as well, so it's like really relaxing.
with his little afro.
Hmm. It's like,
How old is
he's
he?
like, he's
dead.
He's dead. He died.
Oh. Well, R.I.P.
When did he? It was a couple of years ago, wasn't it? It was. Oh no! Wow, it's a load of years ago. It's
a while
1995.
ago.
I thought for
Jeez.
some reason I thought it was recently, but no.
Wow, his legacy's really lived on.
Yeah.
He was
Like
in
it.
the. I believe he was in the army.
No.
He's the two.
Don't tell me that
Jack
Bob
of
Ross
painting.
shot some.
I'm pretty certain he was in the army or like the navy or something.
Mm.
I'm pretty certain he was. He served.
Give it a try. Give it a try.
I might have to.
I mean, it's probably boring. You wouldn't watch it for like an hour. Just give it like 5-10 minutes. But yeah.
Yeah, I'll give it. I feel like if you're following it and trying to like do it along with him,
Yeah, I wouldn't see a problem with that. I can't paint for
I do
shit though.
paint
So.
well, I guess it's how you kind of try and learn.
Yeah.
He served in the United States Air Force.
Oh wow.
Later.
Cool. Well,
He has a thick. You know when you like swap someone's first letter of their first name and first letter of their surname.
right.
Hmm
His is sick.
Rob Boss.
Yeah, that's like still a fucking name.
Mm.
Like Hill.
It's not quite Hill Wobbly though. Or Sam Shoot.
Wobbly. Well, yeah, mine doesn't. So. What are you?
Dexter Derman.
Dexter Derman.
Yeah. That one doesn't
just
really work,
you
does
just
it?
doxed us all.
Yeah,
Fuck.
the people that have the worst ones, people that like first name starts with a consonant. So it's a shame. Right.
Right, I think we're gonna end the podcast there. That was a pretty good, varied podcast. Fucking brilliant. Yeah, no, that was a pretty.
On that note,
Pure phlegm.
Yeah, okay, so we have been the Intolerable Podcast. I've been Will, Dexter has been Dexter, and Sam, funnily enough, has been Sam. Thank you for watching. We'll catch you on the next episode of the Intolerable Podcast. Goodbye.